What did Taehyung whisper that made Jungkook break down in tears in front of millions of fans? Was it a hidden truth, a long-kept secret, or an emotional confession that changed everything between them? Before you read further, take a deep breath. This is one of those moments that will make your heart race, your hands tremble, and your eyes well up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you've ever felt the pain of seeing your idols cry. Because this is not just another story. This is the story that shattered ARMY's hearts and left everyone asking the same question. What really happened that night? It began like any other live broadcast. A casual evening where Jungkook and Taehyung decided to go live, smiling, joking, and sharing small stories that always made their fans feel closer to them. The comments were flooding with purple hearts, laughter, and love. But something felt different this time. Jungkook's smile, though genuine, carried a heaviness behind it. His eyes, usually filled with sparkles of playfulness, looked distant. And Taehyung, though calm and composed as always, seemed to be carefully measuring his words, as if each syllable held the power to alter everything. Then it happened. A single sentence from Taehyung, quiet, raw, and full of meaning, changed the entire atmosphere. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was a whisper, but one that echoed across millions of hearts. Jungkook froze. His lips parted slightly, as if trying to form words that never came. The silence that followed was louder than any scream, heavier than any sound. The comments section exploded instantly. What did Taehyung just say? Why does Jungkook look like he's about to cry? Please tell me this is not what I think it is. Jungkook tried to smile again, to push through, to keep the energy light, but his voice trembled. He blinked rapidly, his throat tightening as he tried to speak. "Hyung," he managed to whisper, his tone fragile. And that was when his hand reached up to cover his face, his shoulders shaking slightly as he turned away from the camera. Armies watching from all over the world froze. Jungkook, the golden magne, the symbol of strength and joy, was crying, but Taehyung's expression softened immediately. His eyes glistened, and for a brief second, he looked like he wanted to reach out and hold Jungkook right there, regardless of the millions of eyes watching. "It's okay," he murmured gently. "You don't have to hide it anymore." The room went silent. The world went silent. Those words, simple yet loaded, pierced through every heart watching the live. What was Jungkook hiding? What truth was Taehyung referring to? Fans began to speculate immediately. Was it about the pressure they'd been under? The rumors surrounding their label? Or perhaps something even deeper, something personal, something only the two of them truly understood? Whatever it was, Jungkook's tears were real. They weren't the kind of tears shed for performance or publicity. They were raw, unfiltered, and painfully human. As Taehyung continued speaking, his voice carried a tone that was both comforting and sorrowful. "We've gone through so much," he said softly, his gaze never leaving Jungkook. "Sometimes people forget that we're human too." That single statement was enough to break whatever restraint Jungkook still had left. His sobs became audible, shaky breaths escaping between each word as he tried to speak. I didn't expect you to say that," he confessed, his voice cracking. "You know what that means to me. It wasn't just about what was said. It was about what wasn't said." There was an entire ocean of emotion flowing between the two, a silent language built over years of brotherhood, pain, and shared dreams. Armies watching began crying too, unable to contain their emotions. Social media exploded within minutes. Hashtags like #JungkookCrying and #Taehyung said it began trending worldwide. Fans wrote paragraphs describing how seeing Jungkook cry felt like seeing a piece of their own hearts break. But what exactly did Taehyung say? Some fans replayed the moment over and over, slowing down the video, analyzing every syllable, every facial expression, every subtle gesture. And the more they watched, the clearer it became that this wasn't just an emotional moment. It was a moment of truth, a confession of sorts, a message that went beyond the music, beyond the fame, beyond the carefully curated image the world sees. Taehyung looked at Jungkook again, eyes soft but resolute. "You've carried so much," he said. "You don't have to carry it alone anymore." The sentence hung in the air, fragile and powerful. Jungkook nodded slowly, tears rolling down his cheeks, his lips quivering as he whispered, "Thank you." At that moment, the entire fandom felt it. The weight of their journey, the silent battles, the unseen exhaustion that comes with living under constant expectation. The realization hit hard. Even the brightest stars can burn from the inside. Even the strongest smiles can hide pain. After a few minutes, Jungkook wiped his tears, took a deep breath and smiled again, that same warm smile that had comforted millions. "I'm okay," he said softly, though his voice still trembled. "We're okay. Just, sometimes things get heavy, you know?" Taehyung nodded, his own eyes glistening. "Yeah," he replied. "But you're never alone. Not when we're here. Not when they're here." He gestured toward the camera, toward the millions of armies watching, and Jungkook's eyes followed his hand. That's when Jungkook looked straight into the camera and whispered, "Thank you for staying." Those 4 words, so simple, so heartfelt, hit harder than any song lyric ever could. The live ended shortly after, with both of them promising to come back soon, to sing together, to share happier moments again. But the emotional impact lingered long after the screen went dark. Fans flooded social media with messages of love and support. "Jungkook, you don't have to be strong all the time," one comment read. "We love you no matter what." Another wrote, "Taehyung, thank you for being the one who reminded him he's not alone." Clips of the live spread like wildfire, gathering millions of views in hours. Every frame, every tear, every word became part of a collective memory. A shared moment of vulnerability between idols and fans. In the days that followed, both Jungkook and Taehyung remained quiet. No official statements, no clarifications. Just silence, and that silence spoke louder than words. Fans began piecing together theories, revisiting past interactions, interviews, and lyrics, searching for clues. Could this have been building up for months? Was this their way of expressing what they couldn't say publicly? And yet, amidst all the speculation, one truth remained. This wasn't a performance. It was real. It was 2 souls bound by music and history, finally letting their walls down in front of the people who've loved them the most. As time went on, that moment became more than just a viral clip. It became a symbol. A reminder that even the strongest hearts can break, that even global icons can feel lost, and that friendship, when real, can heal in ways no words can describe. So here's the question that still haunts everyone. What exactly did Taehyung say that broke Jungkook's composure? Was it a confession of regret, a reminder of a painful past, or simply a brother's words of love and reassurance? We may never know for sure, but maybe that's the beauty of it, that in the silence between their words we found something profoundly human. And as fans replay that live over and over, tears mixing with smiles, one thing becomes clear. It wasn't just Jungkook who cried that night. It was every fan who had ever seen themselves in his pain, who had ever found comfort in their music, who realized that behind every song and every smile, there are stories we may never fully understand. Because sometimes, the most powerful moments are the ones that don't need explanations. Just a heartbeat, a glance, and a tear that says everything words can't. If you felt that too, if your heart ached when Jungkook's voice broke and Taehyung's eyes softened, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more updates. Because this story, this bond, this truth, it's far from over. Something tells us that what happened that night was only the beginning of a new chapter. One that's about to change everything we thought we knew about Jungkook and Taehyung forever. The next morning, silence ruled every corner of social media, but it was not the kind of silence that comes from disinterest. It was the heavy, loaded kind of silence that follows after something that hits too deep. Armies woke up with swollen eyes, timelines filled with screenshots of Jungkook's trembling hands and Taehyung's steady gaze. It wasn't just another emotional moment in a live. It was something that felt sacred.